Hello, Professor Cowley, and anyone else who is watching this film or this clip I'm making right now. Sorry, film, movie, YouTube clip. Anyway, so yeah, this is gonna be my assignment submission for Module 3, and this is in regards to applying PCA codes, production code. Administration regulations and everything to this more modern film, Babel, and everything. And yes, if I would to look at this film through that type of lens, then this is what I would do. So let's jump into it. So again, as you said in the assignment outline and everything, I'm an honorary member of the PCA review board, and I'm here to look at this film and offer some suggestions and some justifications for why some things in this film need to be omitted or just straight up changed or left out. So the biggest thing on the table definitely is the nudity, and specifically, and this kind of, you can kind of get lost in this about like whether or not this constitutes child genitalia and everything as per what is in the actual manuscript of the production code and everything. But with the Japanese schoolgirl and all that, could she be considered underage in this film? Is she considered underage in her own country? How do the filmmakers treat this? Is she treated as an adult that's still in school? I don't know, but just to lean on the side of conservatism here and everything, we're just gonna say that no child nudity in this film, and that as a PCA board member here, I would strongly suggest that they remove that and replace it with something that implies. And that's going to be a big thing, actually, with like not to get too meta here on the assignment, but implication is going to be a big thing in this, and just overall, just straight up, a lot of the stuff that we see in this film. So yeah, just remove the nudity and replace it with something that implies that she's nude. Maybe show her taking off her clothes, her skirt and her underwear and everything, leaving on the floor at her feet, but you don't see her body at all. And that can help maintain the standards and the chasteness of the audience, so they don't have to see such vulgarity of the human body. So yes, that'd be my thing. And that, yeah. The next one, this one is, I wrestled with this one, Professor Cowley, if I should include this one or not, but I figured, let's just go for it and have a good laugh about it. In my notes for the film, which I wrote a lot actually, in my notes for the film, I made one saying that how the housekeeper slash babysitter, the Spanish babysitter, she obviously raised these kids more than their parents did. The Brad Pitt and Kate Blanchett characters. And it shows her being more of a parent to them than their actual white parents. Emphasis on that, white. And again, as a distinguished member of the PCA review board, showing that a person of color is more competent as a parent to white children than their white parents are, I think could be detrimental to society that is contemporary 1930s. So we can't have that. We need to change that. We need to alter that in some way where the babysitter is probably seen as a co-parent, maybe, or maybe more of like an auntie type situation. But if the filmmakers can go back and maybe fix that to where the white parents are seen as the more influential and right, true parents for these vulnerable white children, then again, that could still maintain the sanctity of the decencies of this society that we live in. So yeah, that one was really, that felt really not good to say at all. I apologize if I offend anyone. I offended myself there. Um, Now the next one that I would um, really go after is also lots of blood. You see lots of blood. Again, when Kate Blanchett's character gets shot, um, she's shot in the neck there, and then just pools of blood and everything. Again, why don't we just remove the blood and just show her, being limp and slowly losing life or becoming lifeless, and everything. Not so much all the blood, coming out of her and getting on Brad Pitt and everything like that. We can just imply that she's not well after being shot with a rifle bullet, with a rifle bullet. That was yeah. There's also a lot of drugs, ingestion of drugs. With people smoking marijuana, and then also taking pills and everything. With the Japanese girl, Kichiro, Chieko, taking drugs and then going to the club with her friends and everything. Again, we can't have that. We can just show her smoking a cigarette and then just being whirlwinded into this world, just as it is. We don't need to say that she's taking drugs to enjoy this. Heavens no. So yeah, those would be my big takeaways for this. And I just kind of also want to say that this film, again, I saw it when it first came out in 2006, and I enjoyed it, but it didn't quite land with me with I think how it landed with a lot of other audiences who saw it. And I think just because I was 19 at the time, 18 or 19 when it first came out. But now that I'm being older and everything and having a more mature viewpoint on life and everything, I enjoyed it I enjoyed it more the second time I saw it. But anyway, yes, those are my recommendations for changes made to this film as a, again, distinguished PCA board review member, and how they could better service the film in the sense of that the audience doesn't need to see all these very blunt and sometimes in your face things and topics. You can probably explain them in a more subtle and again, more chastened way. We'll go with that. Chaste. I like that word. Anyway, yes. Thank you so much. Also, I'm including with this when I submit this, I'm also including a little clip for you, Professor Cowley. It's a clip from that Adult Swim animated show Robot Chicken. They did a little skit about Babel as well, and it's really funny. Hope you enjoy it. And I look forward to your feedback on this. If there's something I missed on this assignment that you feel I could improve in that, please let me know. And thank you so much, and have a great day. Okay, bye.